We're going to talk about the movie Ezra. It is available to watch now on digital. You can stream it, or not, you can't stream it, you got to rent it, I believe. Sorry. This is a non-spoiler review. If I do talk about any spoilers, it'll be at the very, very end, and I'll give fair warning. I just got to check out this film, and I was quite moved by it. Now, I do want to lead with, I don't want to get into it too much because I am not part of the autistic community, and I don't want to talk too much where is not my place. So I can't really say if it represents it well or if it represents it poorly. It's not my place. I'm not one to say. But I'll try to keep it simple and keep it about the movie, and if anything, surface level. I'm not going to dive too much into it because I don't want to step on anyone's toes, if that makes sense. I first heard about this movie just because it was playing in the theater, and I actually thought it was a church, religious, faith-based movie, and I had no interest. But when I heard that it was about an autistic kid, it did pique my interest, and I finally made the time to go check it out. And my first thoughts were, my initial thoughts were it was very, it was moving, but I don't think it was perfect. I think it had some issues, but I think the whole cast did quite a good job. I think I had heard that Robert DeNiro signed on and did this movie because he has a son who is autistic, and he really related to this story. And I just watched a video that really broke down this film that a friend of mine sent to me, and that person was from the autistic community and really shined some light on this movie, and I do recommend checking that out. Let me try to get his name really quick, just so you guys can check it out. But his name is Jeremy Andrew Davis, and I saw the video on Instagram, so you guys can check it out there. But check out his Ezra movie review part 2, and then watch the correction and apology. But they do bring up some really good points, and I give a shout out to my friend for sending me that video. It was very insightful. Overall, I love the kid. What's his name? Who's new, to acting, is is that his name? No. William A. Fitzgerald is his name. Wow, it says it right there. I should have looked right there. Sorry. He did a great job, and he's new. No one's seen him in anything. But DeNiro is a classic. He's a little bit overrated in my book. I don't love him as much as everyone else does, but this was certainly one of the best things I've seen him in a long time, and was very moved by his performance. Rose Byrne is in this film, and she does a fantastic job. I do feel this is not really a spoiler, but I feel like her character does get a bit demonized a bit, and being the only woman character in the film, I felt seemed a little unfair. but by the end of it, I didn't feel it as strongly. I think they balanced it out a little bit, but yeah, I didn't love that at first. Not that they don't demonize the dad a bit, Bobby Cannavale, but they don't seem to do it as much with him as the mom. Like, they definitely make him feel more like the hero of the story. But when I watched it the first time, I did cry at the end. I was very moved by some of the final moments in the film. And I will say that even before I watched the Instagram video that broke down everything, there were definitely parts of this film that felt like it was confusing what message they were trying to say in terms of how they felt, I guess, about having an autistic kid. And sometimes the message wasn't super clear and felt like it was at times trying to fit like a circle into a square, or however that saying goes. I just butchered that saying, but like the realism of, I guess, having an autistic kid doesn't really fit in with like the hero's journey of storytelling, and how characters are supposed to change and learn something by the end of the film. And yeah, again, I don't want to get into it too much because I don't feel like this is my place, but I had some small feelings of that when I watched it the first time. But by the end of it, I didn't really feel like it was trying to be too anti anything, but I didn't walk out of the movie trying to act all different. It just made me feel, and I think that's all it was trying to do. But I do think there were some really great moments in this film, and I do think it's worth checking out. I'd be more interested in hearing people below if anyone has relation to this. I do know some people myself, and I'm not saying I'm an expert. And again, I'm going to stop talking because I don't want to. This is not my place, but I would love to hear what your guys' thoughts are. And if you guys check out that Instagram video by, what's his name that I just said? Shoot. Sorry. Let me get his name again just real quick. Jeremy Andrew Davis. But yeah, would love to hear you guys' thoughts as well. But overall, for not really knowing too much about this movie, I really liked it by the end of it. And despite kind of understanding what they were saying in that Instagram video, I do think it shines some light on some good things that we still need to talk about, that it's not being talked about enough in like the communities and in the world. And yeah, it's not perfect, but it does bring up some good things. And again, would love to hear what you guys think. But thank you for watching, and I will wrap it up. Thank you.